right.
So here we are for SleepyHollow. I don't know why I keep calling it Express, but it's just fun. We're going to do a little recap. We're going to try not to go as long as we did last week. But we are going to be talking about Sins of the Father, the episode from this past Friday, which I really like this episode. How do you feel about it, Denise?
I really like this episode as well. And hi, guys. Sorry. Go ahead.
This is off to such a great start again.
I know, right? We do it like we do.
We'll get the hang of it soon. But we're going to start off talking about Nevins. And then, of course, Ichabbie, our OTP.
I was excited to talk about Ichabbie.
Well, I'm almost going to start shipping Danabbie because we'll talk about it later. And then the Mills family drama. And then finally, Abbie's descent. So those are our top 5 moments from the episode. If you have another one, you can comment on it. Maybe we'll do this weekend. I don't know. Who knows?
I actually like the Pandora and the hidden one, the opening.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
But yeah. So we're gonna start off with talking about Nevins.
I loved him. Is that okay to say?
I don't know if that's okay to say. But
I know he was the bad guy, but I mean, they had awesome flashbacks with him and Corbin. It was so awesome. And then, man, there were like 3 twists. Like, he was a great monster of the week, even though like the ghoul was the monster, but like Nevins was the monster too. Like, he was really good.
Yeah, I agree. And they had him looking so rough. I mean, I'm sorry, but he was all dirty and grimy and just with that stomach thing. I was like,
the flesh lord.
Yes. I was like, I don't know who's scarier, the ghoul or Nevin. But yeah. I did like him this week. I must say, yeah, I did.
So, I mean, we don't have to get into the entire plot of the whole show, but I will say Nevins had this huge stash of gold that loads of people were looking for, including Randall, the guy who used to work for him. And I thought it was weird that, like, Sophie hated him so much. I mean, like, they were super close for like 6 months while she was undercover. But the fact that, like, he knew Corbin so well and Joe didn't know his father at all. Like, we're finding out more and more, like, Abbie and Jenny knew August Corbin better than Joe did. So, like, I feel like all these little tidbits, so good.
Okay, but I feel like I know why Sophie, I think she always hated him. And yeah, they were super close for all that time, but she had to pretend like they were cool. So now she's just letting out all that pent up frustration from all those months of having to act like she was cool with everything he was doing. So I totally get why she was just letting it all out and just going in.
I feel that. Okay, so here are the twists about Nevins. We'll circle back because Nevins is so. Oh my gosh. But he found the trapdoor in Corbin's files. There was another set of files that we didn't know about, that the witnesses didn't know about. And
right.
The second one is the fact that he had the scarab inside of his cut.
I was like, oh my God. And then they started crawling out. I was like, okay, this is too much.
She was like, ooh. And I was like, oh no. Like, he wasn't acting. It was disgusting. And then the buyer that he was going to steal Corbin's files for the buyer was Danny's boss. And I was like, oh. I knew that guy was shady. So
Of course he was shady.
yeah. Hate him.
I love how our face matched at that moment. It was like, yeah,
Anything more about Nevins? How you feel about him? I feel like I touched everything in my neck.
Yeah, he was a bad guy, and he was doing it well, hiding things, and I must say I was surprised. I would have never guessed he had that. What was it? A scarab? I can't.
Yeah.
Okay, I would have never guessed he had it hidden in his chest. I was like, okay. He was doing it big.
I know. He was talking about the pound of flesh, and he pulled his shirt up, and everybody in the room was just like, ooh. He's like, yeah, I didn't know I could live without a spleen. I was like, everybody knows you can live without
it. Thank you. Sorry. But yeah, that's common knowledge. Live without.
Okay.
Yeah, you can live without too. Like I can't.
Okay. We said we weren't going to laugh as much, and we've already broken our promise.
Sorry, guys.
So, our favorite couple, Ichabod and Abbie. It starts with Ichabod singing Italian opera and cooking dinner. And I gotta say, it's a far cry from his lasagna for one.
Higher.
I mean, like, this is like the opposite of his lasagna for one when Abbie was missing. And now he's happy cooking like these gourmet meals now that she's back. And
he was so excited. He was so excited. He had his music going. He had his chef skills down. I was like, okay, Ichabod. He was like, I gotta get this meal for my boo.
I gotta keep my wife fed. Come on now.
Okay.
Now, I know that by the end of the episode, I knew what she was doing because this is a running theme through the whole episode. That Abbie is pushing everyone away. That she is isolating herself. But since this is the first time, I was a little bit more taken aback by it. But she's so open with Ichabod. She never lies to him. And the fact that she's doing it so outwardly, and she's like, I'm trying, I'm doing my best. This is hard for me. He knows that there's something that she's not saying.
But I feel like she was doing a good job with saying exactly enough to be right at the truth. She was trying to not lie to him, but yeah, no, Abbie is still, she's holding back. It's a lie of omission. She needs to just go ahead and tell him. He might be able to help her. You know, Crane, he comes quick. He's quick with I know it's some ancient spell, something that can help her.
Exactly. I mean, how does she turn down that whole dinner? He's lighting candles. He poured her wine. She didn't even drink it. Did you see that? Yeah,
I was so mad.
It was just like, sorry. And I'm like, what?
I was so upset with Abbie. I'm like, really? You could just eat it after he did all of that. And he was chopping like he was from Top Chef. I was like, hey.
He was chopping.
He was like, he had it going. And he was singing. He poured the wine. He just wanted to have a nice, quiet evening in. And she was like, no, got to get to this gun range, get my shot back on point. And, you know, I got some things. I've been journaling and just trying to keep it together. And I'm just like, no, Abbie. Sit, drink, eat, be merry.
I'm just making sure it is that Jay and Armani are on there. Okay, well, nobody said anything so far. Sorry. Okay, so Abbie turns down the dinner and leaves and says that she needs to work on the gun range because she's been, she hasn't shot a gun in a year.
Right.
And so while she's there, I mean, she's terrible. And I kind of hated that. That, like, man, she was really bad to be such a great shot. And now, like, she couldn't hit anything.
Tell me about it.
And then it cuts to, like, bam, 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 bam. And, like the whole target is, cut up and down the middle. And it focuses in on Lance Gross. Why did he look like so fine this episode? Like, did you notice that? Like, extra?
I noticed. But I won't comment. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
My husband may watch it. Be like, I didn't like the way you said that.
Yeah, we want your marriage to thrive.
Okay, thank you.
Fine. Okay, one thing that I really liked about also, he again said that she's not the same, that she's different. And he notices something different about her, and she again pushes Danny away, isolates him. But she does ask him out on a date, sort of.
Yes, and I was like, okay, you couldn't have dinner with Crane, but you can go out and have dinner over here with I can't. I was upset, but I digress. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, if I was Abbie, I would have taken him out for pancakes and then to Red Lobster. Just gonna say. Just saying. But I mean, well, he did tell her that he loved her. So
yeah, he did.
That's the response you should have. She's like, maybe next time we're talking about things like this, you shouldn't be at a gun range. So I mean, but he wants to be there for her, and she wants to tell someone, but she can't. Did you see that? Like,
yeah, I agree. It's hard for her to keep the secret, but I don't know if it's the voices telling her to keep the secret or what. But you can tell she wants to say something.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. And I think I'm going to lump this in there just because I wanted to say something about that. There was a super weird moment in the episode when they're in the meeting room at the FBI and she sees the symbol, like she almost gets caught, and she's looking at it and she's just like beautiful, and she like has this weird smile on her face like she's happy to see it. And then Sophie leans over, she's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, what's caught her in her craziness, Ooh, man, that scared me to death.
I wonder if it's her mom trying to contact her. If that was the same symbol that her mom was seeing. I'm not sure, but I just wonder.
I think that it's the hidden one. It's the eye calling her back to its own.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the power from the eye. That's why it's not red anymore. It was clear because she absorbed the rest of it in her body. But it was only a little bit, so she's not glowing red like Jenny is.
Yeah, and last week I agreed, but I was just saying, I wonder, because she brought up her mom and her going crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was like, oh, okay, so then it must be connected.
Mm.
I know last week I said the same thing. I was with you, but
yeah.
I was like, okay, so why is she bringing up the fact that her mom was going crazy and doing the same things that she was doing? So I wonder if maybe she has some contact with the hidden one. or or with the eye. I'm not sure, but I was just wondering.
Well, that's a good segue because we're at the Mills family drama section now. We did it. Okay, so I think they handled this really well. It started with Jenny and the dad talking. Oh, his name is Ezra Mills, by the way. Whatever. Not the best casting choice in my opinion, because they picked, Abbie is like brown skinned and Jenny is light skinned, and then both her parents are dark. It's just weird.
But you know what? I don't agree, because two dark skinned parents, I've seen them with a light child. So
okay.
And Abbie and Jenny aren't light.
Yeah, they're not really that.
They're not really light. So I think they did okay.
True. I mean, I liked him as an actor. Like, I think he did really well for the part. And I really liked it that there wasn't a real reason that he left. I feel like he's being cagey. He's like, oh, well, I was just in the military. I just had to get somewhere. I'm sorry that you didn't have a dad. And by the time I came back, I was too ashamed. So I just didn't look for you. And I'm like,
I think he was trying. Well, he said he kind of alluded to him leaving because of the mom being crazy, but he was trying not to make that the reason.
Or maybe he said that to Jenny because she was so little, but he told more to Abbie,
Yeah. And oh my God, can I say?
Yeah.
When first of all, the acting was amazing.
Oh, all of them. All of them were great episodes.
She was like, she started tearing up and then she reined it back in and got her composure back. I was like,
oh, wow. Got my right.
You know what I remember? you. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to be crying, and then all of a sudden she was like, I got it. It's like,
oh, good. She's so good.
I'm glad you have it because I don't.
And you weren't supposed to see my water.
We'll pretend like that didn't just happen.
Excellent. One other thing that I noticed was the sister time was cut off. Like, Jenny was like, I know you, and since you've been back, like, you're going nuts. You want to talk about it? And Abbie's just like, no. Like, she was the most honest with Jenny. She's like, yes, there is something going on, and I am flat out not going to tell you about it. But with Ichabod and with Danny and with her dad, she actually offered to her dad, like, maybe I will talk to you about it. But like with Jenny, she was just like, I can't BS with you because you already know me so well. So I'm going to be like, yeah, I am, but I'm not going to tell you about it.
I agree with that. Jenny knows, and she's like, my BS meter is, some things. And Abbie's just like, you know what? Hey, it's easier to just say I'm not going to talk about it than try to feed her some story that she's not going to believe anyway. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Jenny was like, you know what? I'll respect your space and not pressure you, but at some point you're going to have to tell me what's really going on. Right. But with Crane, yeah, she was making all kind of excuses, but he'll keep I think he'll keep at it, trying to get to the bottom of it.
I think so too. Michelle just asked if I could live tweet this, and I'm like, no, I can't talk and tweet at the same time. I should put my phone away. So, finally, man, when she goes to see her dad, and she asked him what it was like when her mother went crazy. and he described to her what Abbie was doing. It's like she's living in two different worlds. She was pushing me away, isolating herself. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's what Abbie's doing. Like that FBI room when she was talking to the symbol, but like at work.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like, and then she was just like, I'm scared I'm going to end up crazy and alone. And I'm like, you're making yourself crazy and alone. And she doesn't even know it, but she does know it. Like, oh, man, it's so good.
She's trying to deal with it on her own. You know how Abbie is. She's like, you see a couple of episodes ago, she saved herself. She's like, I got this. I'm trying to handle it. Yes. And I just feel like she needs to tell Crane because honestly, he has the answers. Or at least he knows how to get them, I should say. He's good at solving the issues or finding the answer.
And then the sad bologna sandwich.
I know, right? After that gourmet meal.
He's just sitting there looking at 2 slices of bread and a piece of bologna.
She was like, you can fix a whole meal, but you can't make a proper sandwich.
But I think it was showing that he was so sad.
Yeah.
They pushed him away, and she wasn't talking to him except for just business. She almost let him get shot because she was scared that she would miss.
Right? I was like, no.
And Crane looked at her, and she just, like, crumbled. Oh, man. That got me. That really got me. Anyway, so she says, let's go get a beer. I'll meet you at Maybe's. Jenny's there. What was that?
Sorry.
And she's like, I want some hot wings. Save me a seat. I just got a couple of work things to do. So Crane leaves. He's all excited to have a beer together. And so she goes back into her garage and pulls the tarp down, and there's the giant symbol. And she kneels in front of it and is going through that journal that she said she was working through for therapy reasons. And it's that symbol over and over. Have you ever seen The Shining, Denise?
No, I haven't.
Well,
is that scary?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I don't watch scary things.
Yeah, okay. The man is writing a book, and the wife sneaks up while he's gone, like in the bathroom or something, and she wants to see how much work he's actually gotten done on the book. And this is like the crux of the movie, where it's like 1,000 pages, and all of it says, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, over and over and over and over in like different ways and like different paragraphs. And I mean, when Abbie's like flipping those pages, I was like, she's crazy. And then, then she looks up at the symbol. It's like, oh, and I knew. Like, I had a full out tantrum. I was like, don't you dare pray to this thing. So, yeah, I went nuts. How did you feel?
I was just in shock. Like, what is this foolishness? I can't. I can't. I don't know.
I was pretty upset.
But you know what? I am intrigued. I do want to know.
So that was the episode. And should we do a little prediction?
I don't know.
Well, the only thing that intrigued me from the promo for this coming Friday was Abbie like hugging the symbol. She's like up on the wall, like. So I'm like, oh, she gets worse. Great.
I'm just like, so she damaged. I keep saying it every time. Like, I don't understand what's going on, but
I really hope her mom is involved and tries to.
Yeah, like maybe she's gonna help her figure out this.
Fixing somebody Maybe Betsy Ross. Why not Betsy Ross in this episode?
No, they didn't.
Oh, the flashbacks were for Corbin and Nevins.
Right. But she did. It has something to do with the being stuck in those catacombs, because she keeps going back to when she went through the water, when she went down the well and came up through the water. So I don't know. I don't have any predictions.
But now we have a couple bonuses. I would like to say rest in peace to Randall.
I know, right?
I love to hate him. I mean, when Jenny handcuffed him to the bathtub, I was like, yes. And then when they found him at that sleazy club and she was like in his lap, I was like, what you doing, Jenny?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was kind of funny though.
Yeah. And then she lifted the, what was it? I can't remember.
Was a key to the...
It was a map, I think.
Yeah.
Was it the map? Okay, yeah, it was a map.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when she's like, yeah, getting all cozy, and Joe had the I'm jealous face going.
Oh yeah. Well, what are you doing? It's not worth it. Stop, please.
Oh my
god. Also, rest in peace to the big little cute guy that looked like Mr. T that got killed. I saw him tweet, so I thought I'd give him a shout out. He tweeted, he's like, I get to live and die in Sleepy Hollow. And I was like, yes.
Oh, can we say Sophie, when she asked Ichabbie if all the monsters were that ugly? It's like...
Okay, that was good. And I want to say that Tom Meissen was not acting, because I don't know if you saw his, what was it, Comic-Con interview, where they asked him about what the scariest looking monster was, and it was the Reavers that were protecting the Finistella Underground with Jefferson's hologram.
Okay, yeah.
One of the guys came up behind him with the full makeup on, and he pooped in his pants.
What?
Yeah, he did. So when he was like, no, this was actually not so bad, I believe it. Like, not Ichabod, but Tom Meissen. Like,
oh my God. I cannot look directly at the ghoul. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, the ghoul was ugly to me. Like, I hate
I'm like, I don't understand how I'm able to watch these shows, because
it's
such a scary cat. I was afraid of, what was that movie where the skeleton key?
Oh,
I'm more so afraid of like spiritual stuff, like, so that's why I don't understand how I'm able to watch the show, because if you're possessed, yeah, that's scary to me. And when I watch The Walking Dead, my husband he's like right there to tell, hold, somebody's about to get eaten, or a walker's about to come, and I'm like.
But see, you watch Sleepy Hollow for Ichabbie, and you watch Walking Dead for Michonne. Like,
that's true.
That's why.
True.
So, what about what's brewing with the Hidden One and Pandora? Every monster that the Hidden One conjures up, they, manage to defeat him, or, like the Hidden One conjured up the ghoul, but Nevins was already controlling him. Like, I thought that was really interesting. So he's not gonna get his full power back, and neither is Pandora. Like, I feel like she's gonna snap.
Yeah, I really liked his comment to her. He was like, if you wish to be my equal, then you have to suffer as I suffer. And she's like, I only got a little bit but a fraction of my power back. And he's like, yeah, that's all I have to give. Look.
A fraction is all. Anyway, I'm sorry.
So yeah, I was just like, poor baby. I don't know how she's gonna react to this. I don't know. You might be right about her double crossing the Hidden One, but I don't know, because then you have to live in eternity hiding. Well, I guess who else is gonna do that whole ritual, get all those monsters to come, and it's just a lot of work trying to be his wife. So I don't know. Maybe he would be vanquished or whatever.
Oh man, I just hope that they don't take the whole half of the season to finish this arc with the Hidden One and with Abbie. Like, I want Abbie to be resolved like in the next 2 episodes, like so bad. But I don't know.
Or at least have a big like at least let us know if it's the Hidden One or if it's in relation to her mom. Like, I would at least want to know that soon.
Definitely. Well, guys, I thought I was gonna get some answers, but I'm left with more questions.
I know, right?
SleepyHollow. Thanks for nothing. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you all next time. Bye.